I mean, Aragorn could share all his thoughts with a dragon. And then he defeated this weird magic shadow dude with the help of a super cool elf lady. And then he became half elf himself. And then his brother was actually bad. And then there's a super big fight and he defeated the undefeatable bad guy. I mean, that's pretty awesome. But the thing I didn't fully appreciate the first time around was how many details I was missing in my haste to get through the story. So that's exactly why I read them again and again and again. 5 times later, I think I had gotten the message. But still, to this day, I would read them again. And do you know why? Because there's so many details, so many moments, so many wonderful lands and wonderful places, rooted in truth, yet still so fantastical that I could lose myself in time and time again. Your books did so much more than give me an entertaining story. They taught me exactly how many amazing things the human mind can conjure up. And not only were your books so fantastical and detailed, the fact that I read them so many times taught me a very important lesson as well. The more you do something, the better you understand it. I've always loved writing. Writing is the perfect escape for when you're overloaded with responsibilities, but it's also, how do I put this, almost exhilarating to create something beautiful out of your own mind. And due to this love of writing, I've always wanted to know how to become a better writer, which is exactly what your story helped me with. In my opinion, there's no good or bad writing, just different styles from different authors. But your style of writing taught me a very important lesson to describe. Even though too much description makes the whole process tedious and hard to get through, just the right amount is wondrous to the reader's imagination. I think you had the perfect amount of description that wasn't too much and wasn't too little, and that's why I use you as a reference point when I write. But even though this lesson wasn't actually part of the books, and only in the way I read them, I believe this lesson was the most important one I learned from your books, that the more you do something, the more you get out of it each time. Each time I read your books again, I would pick up something new. Wait, that guy was actually a dwarf, not a human? And the name of that big celebration means this, not that? The more I read your books, the clearer of a picture I got from them. And I feel like that applies to many and more aspects of life than just reading. The more you go over something, the better grasp you have on it. By focusing on one thing, you can go deeper into it and get a better and more insightful understanding of it. Didn't Aragorn think about this once? I mean, whether learning a lot about one thing is better than learning a little bit about a bunch of things? You should go tell him that both work perfectly well. That's definitely a lesson I can apply to my life and one that I can use a lot. All in all, your books taught me some very important lessons. They helped me as a writer to know how much of one important literary tool to use in my writing, and the way I read them taught me that the more you go over something, the better you understand it. Plus, your books are epic. I mean, how did Aragorn do all that awesome stuff, man? It's crazy. Anyway, thanks for writing this amazing series. Sincerely, Madeline Adrians. Yes, you should totally write another series about Aragorn and Severa's descendants, and/or the new dragon riders who teaches. I mean, that ending was really good, but you could have gone places with that. That would make an awesome series that I would definitely read. I mean, totally your choice, but you should do it. Thank you.